Thank you for joining us this Wednesday afternoon, halfway through the week already. Hope your week is going well. Hopefully you've been enjoying all the shows and all of the launches that we've had this week. Been so many new products bringing you here on Crafters TV, and actually really looking forward to this Creative Craving show. A little bit of kind of, products that you know and love, but one particular range which I am delighted that we've got back in stock, because I think I did the launch of it at the back end of last year, knew it would be an absolute winner, and sure enough, sold out in double quick time. We've had sort of bits and bobs of this particular range, but not the whole shebang, and we have got this back on the show today. The Best of British collection is going to be the kind of star of the show, and look at the deal you're getting it for too. I'll go into more details about it in just a second, but it's the Best of British collection. It's fantastic. It's stamps and dies and embossing folders and paper pads. That's the deal. Saving $33.41 or $38.67 today. Wait till I go through it with you. You are going to absolutely love this collection if you've not seen it before. And one guy who I know absolutely loves this, and he really is the best of British. It's the lovely Craig. Good afternoon again.
Oh, how nice was that? I know. If you don't like me, sorry, you've got me again. If you do like watching me, brilliant, you've got me again. Absolutely. Oh, it's been such a fun day. So, if you've seen on social media throughout today, then obviously it's advertised. It's me that's been on. Maybe you didn't see it. Last time you seen social media was yesterday, last night. You might be expecting Leanne.
Yeah, you're not Leanne.
I've stepped in with her. She's absolutely fine. She's just done extra shows. Actually, she's live right now. Yeah. Unlike Sarah, you won't hear her, because we know what Sarah's like. She's like a foghorn when she's next door. So Leanne is next door doing Create and Craft here in the UK. So I'm stepping in for her for this one here. And I'm really excited with this one. Yes, we have got the Best of British back in stock. Just dawned on me as you said that, yes, it was me and you that launched it, Ben. Me and you launched the Best of British collection. But we've got a good focal point on all of our Harmony ink pads. Quick dry, water reactive, and also the pigment as well. So that's good. Not something I get to do a lot of focus on. So it's going to be a good one.
It certainly is. We've also got your background stamp and stencil collection on the show for you too. And also back on this show, we've got the Hero Tool. So that's coming up a little bit later.
That's what I get called sometimes.
Huh?
That's what I get called sometimes.
What?
A hero and a tool.
You're my hero, Craig. You're my crafty hero.
I'd rather be a hero than your tool.
Good afternoon, Eleanor. Morning, everyone, from Scranton, Pennsylvania, says Eleanor. Mary Williams says, good morning from New Mexico. Happy crafters. Hope all is well. Amanda's in from Northwich. Monica from Arizona. Eve B says, yes, my favourite time of the day. And Chris says, hello from Cincinnati, Ohio. Get all of your comments in, get all of your questions in as well. And if you already got this collection, by the way, if you managed to get hold of this, send us in your pictures. And also, I'd like to see, if we have got viewers from the UK watching this afternoon, send us pictures of where you live here in the British Isles, so that we can build up our own little kind of, collage of the Best of British. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. What's the best thing about where you live? And I tell you what, we'll do the best of the US as well, right? So send in pictures of the best thing about where you live, and you can tell us about it as well in the comments. That's quite a good little topic, isn't it? I just thought of that one. I quite like that. Yeah, it's good. It's good. So do that, and whilst you do that, I will run through the kit with you. I absolutely love this. Now, the paper pad I'll show you in just a second. You might have seen a sneaky peek of that a little bit earlier on, because we had it on the previous show, and it is amazing. But this Best of British is all about what we do well here in the British Isles. And one of the things that we do very well is tea. High tea, and that is what you have got with this first collection. Can you see everything that you're going to get? Do you know what I love about this the most? And I love these collections. You've got your stamps and your dies. So you've got something here which is so super versatile. If you want to use the dies, on their own, you can do. If you just want to stamp out your images and colour those, you can do. But then, of course, the brilliant thing is you can then stamp out and then cut out all of your images, and this is just so cute. Your proper sort of quintessential English tea, British tea with, you know, pots of tea here. We've got the, I suppose that's a Victoria sponge. You've got your cake stands there as well. Sandwiches, I bet there's a cucumber sandwiches, because that's what we love here in the UK. Do you like a cucumber sandwich, Craig?
I could eat it if I'm hungry and it's what's left, but I wouldn't go home and like make a cucumber sandwich.
It's very nice if you're having a tea, British tea, cucumber sandwiches and a
Does it
cup
not
of
make
tea.
your bread soggy? It's just water, isn't it?
What's that?
Does it not make your bread soggy?
What, cucumber sandwich? You know, I suppose it depends. If you're using cheap bread, probably. But they are nice cucumber sandwiches.
I use Warburtons.
You eat what?
I use Warburtons.
Warburtons.
Yeah, the orange one.
Cheese and cucumber sandwich is very nice. So you've got the cheese layer to stop your bread getting soggy. So yeah, you've got all those, nice bottle of fizz in there. You've got your flowers in there too. And that is the first component of your Best of British, your high tea. Now, next up, what we do well here in the British Isles is gardening. We love a bit of gardening. We love a nice little potter in the garden, and particularly as you get older, as you get to my age, the other side of 40, there's nothing better than having a little potter in the garden, and that is what we have got here, an English country garden. You've got your little trellis there, I love that, rose trellis. You've got your Wellington boots there too. We've got watering cans and little pots with little birdies. Look at that garden gate as well. How lovely is that little garden gate. And again, you've got all of the elements to be able to stamp out these images and then cut out the stamps as well. And look, the kind of thing that you can create just here is gorgeous. So that's the next thing that we do well here on the British Isles. Next up, we are well good at going to the beach here in the British Isles. We love it. Socks and sandals are an absolute must. If you're going to the beach here in the UK. String vest, knotted hanky on the head, I mean, you are going to fit right in. And the great thing about this set as well is it incorporates, well, maybe not hankies on heads, but look, our little beach huts. These beach huts at some of the beaches in the UK sell for the price of houses. Honestly, there is a little village down in Devon called Sheldon. Maria, you'll know this if you're still watching because it's near Newton Abbot. And the beach huts there, I'm sure going back about 5 or 6 years, were selling for like £200,000. Absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, you've got beach huts, you've got deck chairs, you've got ice creams, sending a postcard from the beach there, of course, as well. And you've got bunting and obviously clouds, because it's usually quite cloudy at the beach, particularly beaches up here, I've heard are quite cloudy. But listen, again, you've got all of your dies to go with your stamps, and look at that. That is absolutely phenomenal. Great little set as well for your scrapbooking if you're into that and you're wanting to kind of create maybe photo pieces as well of your holiday. I mean, how amazing is that? The next holiday that you go on, you will be wanting to remember it. And this is my favourite of this collection, the city scenes. This is amazing. Of course, this is London. The stamp here is just gorgeous, of course, with Big Ben there. You've got Tower Bridge, you've got the Shard, I can see, you've got the big wheel. What's the big wheel called?
London Eye.
The London Eye, thank you. Yep, the big wheel. And then look, you've got your telephone boxes, you've got your post boxes, your London taxis, there's the Queen's Crown, your double-decker buses, the Union Jack. This is just brilliant. And again, all of the dies to cut out all of your stamps, phenomenal, right? Good for 65 quid, but that is not all that you are getting, because we are also going to give you embossing folders. So it all matches up perfectly, of course. This is your London skyline, absolutely beautiful once again. And I love how the fact that these match up perfectly with the stamps and dies that you've got. So for each of the stamp and die sets, you have got your embossing folders to go with it. So there's your beach hut. Then how cool is this little embossing folder? With the little postcard there with the stamp on. And then you've also got your picket fence to go with your garden scene too. So that's included. So 4 stamp and die sets, 4 embossing folders, and dare I do this, or is it going to fall off? I'll flick through it later on. Your Best of British pad which is absolutely gorgeous. Loads of great papers in there, 48 in fact, basically mirroring and complementing the designs that you've got within your stamps and dies. £65 or $78 is the deal on that one. Claire just saying, hello everyone, just got home from work. My jigsaw dies and mount board have arrived. Can't wait to play. Mary on Facebook, I love this collection. It's lovely, Mary. And Ange Lim on YouTube says, love me some good old fashioned English black tea. Enjoying a cuppa, as you guys call it. Yeah, we love a cuppa. We were just having a cuppa out there. In fact, he's got a nice cuppa over there. Look at that. What you got in there, mate? What you got in your cuppa, mate? What you got?
Black tea.
Black tea.
Black tea, 2 sugars, not too strong.
No.
You know, I like it just a little bit weak. Basically, a tea bag does me 2 cups of tea.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
What do you keep your tea bag on the side and then put it back in again later on?
Yeah, well, I've got that tiny little tray. It's called a tea bag tray. It's just like a tiny little thing. And I just put my tea bag. Keep in mind, I drink a lot of tea, so it's not as if it's sitting for hours.
Anyway, yes, get your comments in, get your questions in, and send us in your pickies as well, please. Yes, pickies are the best of British, and pickies are the best of the US as well, please. And of course, get commenting in the usual way. So, we are going to see this collection in action. Which part of the set are you going to be using first?
So, we're going to use the paper pad. I've already got the paper pad already cut down into the sizes that I need, but we're also going to do a bit of embossing, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a bit of inking when it comes to our water reactive. So let's first and foremost, let's do the embossing. And I've brought my white smooth stamping card. So we've got this one here. Now when it comes to the folder, it is 5 3/4 by 2 3/4. So it's going to go through your MIDI. Well, it's obviously going to go through your MIDI. It's going to go through your Mini. It's also going to go through your Go as well.
Brilliant.
So what I'm doing is I'm going to line this one up because we do have a raised emboss line along here that is then, it's kind of like framing. I know you can't see it on this side, but it's kind of framing the skyline. So what I'm doing, I'm going to place that in, just run that along. And then what we can do is bringing in our plates, and I'm going to be using the Junior like I have been all day, and I always do. So therefore, it's base cutting plate, and then it's our top cutting plate. But I do always like to add my metal shim, just to give it that little bit extra depth. And that is going to run through the Gemini, the Junior. Now, all of them, we have got, other than the postcard, all of them, the embossing folders and the stamps and dies, they'll go through the Mini as well as the Go. The postcard one, that's a larger size, so that's going to have to go through either your MIDI, of course, your Junior, or your Daddy Gemini.
Okay.
So here, now, you first off probably won't see the impression straight, you know, you're kind of getting a glance of it. But then what I'm going to do now is I am going to bring in my blue. So we're going to use the Midnight. This is going to be very blue themed.
Val, I'm just hearing from producer Johnny. Val from Southampton, you sent us an email, but you've not attached the picture. I do that all the time. It was to do with your garden, apparently. So if you can resend that picture, and then we'll show it everybody else, that'd be marvellous. And Marilyn on YouTube is saying, socks with the sandals. Ben, you have some explaining to do. Marilyn, they all wear them now, don't they? All the cool kids. Socks and sandals. Don't look at me like that, Craig. Socks and sandals, they're back. You look at like the cool kids, the footballers, wear the socks and the sandals. White socks and then sandals. That's they're not called, what do they call them? They've got a cool name. What are they called? Spiders? Oh, sliders.
See, sliders to me, isn't that like little burgers on a roll or something the Americans do?
Little what?
Burgers on a roll.
Burgers?
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 Burgers.
Sorry, burgers!
Burgers.
See the sliders, they're burgers. I didn't know that. What is a slider? Is a burger? A little...
It's like it is, Charlotte, isn't it? It's like a mini burger on a wee mini bun.
Oh, I did not know that. Mm-hmm. Send pictures, please, of your sliders in.
Let's burgers, have some please, though.
Burgers. No. Let's have UK sliders and US sliders, and we can compare and contrast our flip-flops to our burgers. Yeah, imagine that if you ask for some sliders over here, you get some flip-flops.
Yeah. Well, if wearing flip-flops and socks makes you a cool kid, I would rather be a tool.
It's you see, I mean, I don't do it because I'm not cool enough anymore, because I'm obviously, getting on in years and whatnot. Yeah, Yeah, all the footballers now wear the flip-flops and the white socks, the sliders. That's why I mentioned it, Marilyn. So there you go.
See, that's one of my pet peeves, Ben.
What?
Is people wearing, you know, like nicely dressed or in a suit or that and wearing white socks. It's one of my pet peeves.
Well, no, that is awful. That is, yeah.
I don't mind white socks if maybe you're in sport gear or something like that. You're out running, but to be nicely dressed, even if it's nicely jeans, nice shirt, whatever it is, to be wearing white socks.
It's a bit of a faux pas, that, isn't it? Yeah. If you, yeah, I know what you mean. I don't. The only time I ever wear white socks is when I'm wearing sandals, or if I am going out running. It's really weird. I would never wear white socks if I was obviously like wearing jeans or a suit or something. But on the flip side of that, I would never wear non-white socks when I go out running.
No, that's fair enough.
They have to be white socks for like running or for like if I play squash and stuff like that. Yeah. Weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it is weird. Well, we're on that subject. My other pet peeve is people wearing sunglasses indoor. Why?
People wearing sunglasses indoors?
Why?
Well, that is it. I mean, unless you're a rock star or something.
That is what you call a tool.
Yeah.
Here we go. So we've gone round the edges.
Yes, we have.
You can tell I've been in all day, can't you? Now what we've done is we've gone round not only the full edges, but we've gone deep round the edges, and then we've kept it, light into the middle. And then what's happening is it's picking up all the way around that is not the screen, the skyline. You can see. So we've got the Gherkin, we've got the London Eye, Tower Bridge, Big Ben. You can see these ones here, and when we're kind of, I think I want to say that is Parliament, which let's just move on from that one.
Oh, Parliament. I thought you said, I think that one is Harlem. I was like, that's definitely not in the London skyline. Yeah, you got Parliament there, haven't you? Yeah, the Shard, Tower Bridge, Big Ben, and then the big wheel.
Actually, no, I think is that meant to be Buckingham Palace? No. It actually looks like a...
Is it St Paul's Cathedral?
Oh, is that what it is?
St Paul's Cathedral.
Reminds me of a mosque, actually. You know, with the dome within the middle.
Look at us with our great British knowledge. Yeah, not 100% sure. You confused me now. It does look a bit like the Taj Mahal.
That's what I'm thinking of. That's what I'm thinking of, Taj Mahal.
I think it's St Paul's Cathedral, though. I think that is St Paul's.
Probably. Best
it's
of
more
British.
likely that than the Taj Mahal if it's a best of British.
Best of British. I can't see it being a Taj Mahal.
No, I can't either.
You never know, but no. And then what I've done is I've taken layers from the 12 by 12 paper pad, chopped them down. Now the blue cardstock that I'm using within my layers is from our 12 by 12 texture. And with these 12 by 12 pattern that comes within the collection, can you see how it's double-sided as well? So we've got it double-sided. So on this side you've got a complement colour in the blue, but then you've got the flags on this side. And we kind of touched upon this collection on Wake Up Call this morning, Ben, and what I was saying, and I'm sure you will probably actually agree with me, when we do get collections back in stock, we don't always get the collection back in with the paper pad. Usually it's the collection without the paper pad, whereas, as you can see with this one, we're even getting the pad within this bundle. So, it's something that's doesn't happen all the time. So just to bear that in mind, keep that in mind.
Anne says, yes, Craig, no white socks allowed when you're wearing jeans with a nice top and non-gym shoes. And Liz Reese-Pedler, hi Liz, my 27-year-old son wears them, white sports socks pulled up to the calves and sliders and baggy knee-length shorts. Looks ridiculous if you ask me, but Alex tells me it's the fashion. It is the fashion. It's definitely the fashion. And Astrid on Facebook, hi Astrid, the bell itself is called Big Ben. Yes, correct. The tower is called, and I didn't know that. What's the tower called? Does anyone know? I know because Astrid's told me. But so the bell is Big Ben. Do you know what the tower is called? Which houses the bell? I didn't know this.
No, I don't actually.
Elizabeth. Bells. The bell's Big.
All
right. Well, Craig votes for New York. What city should it be? You let us know, our US friends. Let us know which city should it be if we were to do a US version of this. So why New York then, Craig?
I just love New York. My favourite city in the whole entire world. I just love it. Love it. Love the look. I love the feeling. I love the atmosphere. I love the people. I just love the city. It literally is the city that never sleeps. The Big Apple. I just love it. Absolutely love it. And for that city, when me and my mum went, it's a city that, you know, we go to London, go places, Edinburgh, that sort of stuff, always feel safe. But New York, I think New York sometimes get a bad rap that sometimes maybe some areas and that you feel unsafe for that. Felt really, really safe, really safe, you know, at night time and that. Just had a blast.
Do you know what? I've only been to 3 places in the US. So I went to LA, we went to Oahu, which we loved, and we went to San Francisco. San Francisco, let me just tell you, loved it.
I would love to go there.
I absolutely loved San Fran. And like you said, again, like, you know, a big city compared to what I'm used to over here, being a bit of a country bumpkin, but felt just so safe, just like wandering around, checking it all out. You know, we did Alcatraz as well, which was amazing.
Wow.
Rode the trams, went up the old, what's that road called? The windy one. I should be able to remember this.
Is that the one that you see in Mrs. Doubtfire?
Yeah, something Avenue, is it? The windy one that goes up there.
I know what one you mean, yeah.
I want to say it begins with an H.
Didn't they do an advert with that the other year?
Oh, okay, good one, Ben. Begins with an H. Lombard Street. It's something Avenue, begins with an H. Lombard Street. Didn't they do a what? An advert?
Did they not do an advert a couple of years with loads of, like, hundreds of thousands of multicoloured ping pong balls or something?
Yeah, they did. What was that for?
It was an American brand, wasn't it? That obviously we can buy here. Or was that a mobile phone company?
No. Oh,
actually, I think it was a mobile phone company. And yeah, I remember reading at the time, it's like hundreds of thousands of multicoloured ping pong balls or bouncy balls.
Yeah.
And they just let them go. Wow. Sony Bravia, so a phone. Yeah.
Sony Bravia. Susan Rushton on Facebook says the US version should be Austin, Texas. You have to tell us why though as well.
Yeah.
Like you can't just say the name. Tell us for what reason. I mean, because I know nothing about Austin, Texas. So what? I'm sure it's a lovely place, but tell us why. Monica says New York or California, and Susan also saying San Francisco. Yeah, I'd put that up for the vote. San Fran. It was awesome. Getting across to Alcatraz was
I
brilliant.
bet that was
as well.
amazing.
There was a former inmate there on the day that we went. He just released a book, and he was doing book signings, and he looked a little bit fearsome, and he wasn't like the most welcoming of chaps, and I don't think he sold many books that day. But anyway, look at this, London, gorgeous.
So we've just layered this one up. Now, Ben, within this paper pad here, because it is 12 by 12, it's not all blue. So what you'll find when you see the actual design, the design works its way down and you get some reds, you get some pinks, I think you get like a peachy colour as well. So it's a bit of multicoloured, kept it the blue style, embossed with the embossing folder. Once again, using the midnight, keeping it all blue, done a bit of ink in, simply bits of mats and layers that you can see there, creating a easel card. A really fun card as well, really dimensional, but then folds flat.
Absolutely stunning. I will. I'll flick through the paper pad. Next time we have a look at the set, I'll flick through the paper pad for you. Martinez Tierney on Facebook says, if you're going to do an American version, oh, here we go. Please, could you do a Russian version with St. Basil's Cathedral, please? Spasiba. Wow. I mean, yeah, keep these coming. You know, if you're in other parts of the world today, yeah, let us know where you are and which city you would like featured as we do your countries, the best of Russia, the best of France, wherever it might be. Let us know. Be very interested to find out. I'm not going to promise that these are all going to happen, by the way. Just to, you know, be sort of emailing in 2 weeks' time going, where's my collection? Right, before we go back to this, let me just tell you about today's Hero Tool. The Hero Tool today, well, you're right over there, is just amazing. 12, I won't get them all out because they're all the same, aren't they? But just brilliant. The kind of adhesive that you never want to run out of because it is so super handy. This is your tape pen, your glue tape pen. And you see this being used time and time again. Simply, it is so easy to use and of course super sticky too. Brilliant for all of your construction pieces as well. And actually looks like a small little tape pen there, but there's 22 meters or 72 feet of your glue tape on each of these, and you're getting, as I say, I'm not going to get them all out, but you're going to get 12 of these for $31.92. That's a heck of a buy, isn't it? It really is a great deal. So stock up now whilst you can on these. That is today's hero tool. One day there'll be we'll get a little fanfare for that, and maybe some, like, I don't know, effects or something. I don't know. I'll just do my own thing for now. It's fine. It's fine. Now, next up, another favourite of mine. Really busy for this collection. I'm not surprised because, again, you've got the full collection here. I thought that was upside down. You've got the full collection here, which allows you, again, so much craftability. And as I always say, love me stencils. If you are someone who's wanting to get started in craft and you're wanting something which is nice and easy to do straight from the off, stenciling is that craft for me because it's so simple to create some wonderful cards, some wonderful backgrounds. And what I love about this, you're going to get your background stencil. This one here is called Write Your Own Story. So you've got these amazing ink splats and then all of like the letters, like they're almost like flying off the typewriter. And then on top of that, you've got all of these gorgeous stamped sentiments too. And so the thing you can do, of course, is then create these amazing backgrounds and put your stamps over the top just to create some really super cool projects. There's loads within this collection as well, right? So you're going to get your Make-A-Wish. Again, you've got your, what's that called? Like your dandelion. It's not a dandelion, it's a dandelion clock, isn't it? Yeah, your dandelion clock. And again, all of the matching stamps and lovely sentiments as well. Just breathe, Make-A-Wish and set it free. Then you have got your Life is a Journey. Love this. You've got your sort of map going on there, your countries of the world. Love the little compass stamp that you've got with it. And then you've got all of those beautiful sentiments. Bon voyage, life is a journey, enjoy it. Next up is your It's Time. So you've got these old-fashioned sort of clock faces. Love this one here where you can see like the inner mechanism of the clock. You've got sort of like that Hessian background included too, and then some lovely sentiments. Never give up. You are ready, and great things take time. Next, this one's a bit more of a, I don't know, sort of an autumnal feel to it. Back to nature is all of the leaves. You've got the background stencil there of the sort of bark off the tree. Look how beautifully that transfers as well to your cardstock. And then you've got Happy Birthday, enjoy your day, and then more of those leaves as far as the stamps are concerned. This one here is your Life Happens brick wall stencil. You've got these sort of they're sort of like cogs really, aren't they, on this one? And then you've got if you can dream it, then you can do it. Life is what happens. Life is what happens to us while we are making other plans. There you go. That's also included. And then you're going to get your Happiness Bloom. So you've got your trellis stencil, more glorious flowers there too. Thinking of you, happiness blooms from within and more. We're still going. Here's my fave. This one is music and lyrics. So you've got that treble clef and the stave. Love the way that's sort of like floating through, isn't it, with the notes. Music is what feelings sound like. Life is the music. And music is my life. Love it. We're still going. No, that is the lot, but it's a big bundle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sort of separate collections make up the one big collection. 56 elements, 35.64 or 45.64 is the deal on this, saving 20.28 or 25.96. Lovely deal, and lots of you are jumping in and grabbing that today. Wow, there's loads of messages coming in. Sharon on Facebook, so we're asking if we were to do a best of, say, America, for example. Sharon says, I'm still voting for Washington, D.C. It is our capital and great monuments to feature. Nicole on Facebook, Seattle. is a fun city with beautiful scenery. Jennifer Dawn Smith saying, maybe we need a The World Is Your Oyster collection. I like that, it's a good idea, then everyone's happy. Manisha on Facebook, an India version please, or The Wonders of the World. We need to pass all these on to Sarah, don't we? And Aisha is saying, glad I made suggestions, but everyone has convinced me that DC should be the US pick. It represents all of America between the museums, monuments, universities, access to the Potomac. What's that? Potomac. You can't go wrong. Craig?
Sorry?
Potomac. Potomac.
Potomac.
Yeah.
Never
You
heard
have to
of
tell me what that is. We've no idea
Read
what
the
that is.
comment.
Huh?
Read the comment.
So Washington, D.C. should be the US pick. It represents all of America between the museums, monuments, universities, access to the Potomac.
Never heard that before.
Potomac River, is it? Anyway. And New York City, says Deborah, Brooklyn Bridge, Empire State Building, Chrysler Building, and the Freedom Tower and One World Centre. Keep your suggestions coming in. Which city would feature in the country that you're in? And keep your pictures coming in as well. Claire is in the Welsh Valleys. Look at this picture. You've got your Border Collies. I love them. Rosie and Daisy. I've got a Border Collie, Claire, it's called Mac, and they are just the luscious dogs, aren't they? I tell you what, I bet they love their WALKIESs, don't they? I bet they absolutely do. That's amazing. Thank you for sending that in, Claire. What a view. And talking of views, look at this. Renee Coghill, North Carolina. That is amazing. Trail riding with Aston. Oh my goodness me. That makes me wish I could ride a horse.
I can ride a horse.
All right. Can you really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
my mum had horses for years. We used to have a couple, yeah.
I'll have to introduce you to Mrs. M. She's a good horse rider.
Yeah.
And my daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the only one that can't. Maybe I should learn.
Well, I could go horse riding with them,
Yeah.
and then Johnny's already got me to watch the wrestling with Leo because he started to get into wrestling.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll stay with. I'll stay and watch the wrestling, and then yeah, the boys can do the
Sounds
wrestling.
good.
Yeah, girls can go horse riding, maybe. Yeah.
Why? It's a bit sexist.
You wanted to didn't you want to watch the wrestling?
Yeah, but you said the girls would do the horse riding. I want to do horse riding.
I thought you said you were watching the wrestling.
Well, I
you
can
could
do
either
both
watch
at the
the
same time, but I could do both.
You could either watch the wrestling or you can go horse riding. You can't do both.
I could do a bit of wrestling on the horse.
You could do a bit of wrestling on the horse. It's getting weird.
Weird. Yes, absolutely.
Val has sent in a picture of her garden in Southampton. That is the view from the kitchen window. Val loves her garden, and a very nice garden it is too. Thank you, Val. And Mary's been scrapbooking.
Oh, wow.
Yes, for the best of British. I absolutely love that.
I wonder when she went.
Yeah, when did you come, Mary? What does it say there? Memories are meant to be made,
31st
not
of May.
forgotten. Oh, it says on the card.
I know.
Oh, is that what you said it?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I had to get up close to the screen. I didn't see. Good joke, Craig.
Yeah.
2019. Thank you, Mary, for sending that in.
And it's a scrapbook page, not a card that you keep saying.
Did I say card?
Yeah.
Oh, scrapbook page. All right. Back over to Craig, because he knows everything.
No more than you. Bringing in a piece of our watercolour card. We're going to be using the Stencil and stamp set. So watercolour card is 5x5 for this one here. We've gone for lemon tonic, we've gone for orange, and we've gone for plum jam as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our three colours to start with. And we're going to do a bit of blending all the way round. So let's go into place. So let's start off with the yellow one. And we're just going to blend just a little bit of colour. I say blend, I'm not being overly precise. If I get little any marks or any little heavy patches, I'm not overly concerned, because as I say, we are going to come along, Ben, with the stencil and add some extra depth to it.
Potomac is a river through DC. Not
Potomac.
not the Potomac that I was saying. I thought you'd have known that, Craig. I thought you'd have known that.
No, I didn't.
No. Potomac.
Potomac.
Potomac. Yeah, well, keep your suggestions coming in anyway. Anywhere else you think we could we could feature. Let us know as well if you're one of our US viewers and you've been over to the UK. Let us know where you visited. I think you kind of always assume that everyone is going to come to London, but I'm sure there's lots of you who've come over and been to other areas. Where's your favourite part of the UK?
Edinburgh.
Ah,
Edinburgh. Absolutely. It's my second favourite place in the whole entire world.
behind New York.
Behind New York.
I think we've had this conversation before, but where have I been in Scotland? We've been up to like Fort William. We've been to where else have I been? Well, I worked in Ayr for a year.
Did you?
Yeah. And Glasgow. Been to a few times. Glasgow.
Good for the shops. If
It
you like
is good
shopping.
for the shops. But the prettiest city is Edinburgh, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Absolutely.
And for your sort of your history.
I always say this. I know I sound like a parrot when I say this, but I love the fact if you get the training.
Get the what?
If you get the training.
Yeah.
And then you come out on Waverley Station. So if you're coming out, if you turn right, then it's like kind of like Old Town. If you turn left, it's Old Town Edinburgh. All the old, just the way that it looks. Oh, you got underground, everything like that. Mary King's Close, you've got the castle. But if you turn right, then this is where you've got more of the modern shops. Now, obviously, you've still got the older buildings, but it's more of a modern style. And I just love the difference when it comes to each of the sides. I just love it.
How far are you when you go home then? How far is where you live to Edinburgh? Is that a long way? I don't. My Scottish geography is terrible.
So Edinburgh, say about an hour and a half drive.
Oh, okay.
And Glasgow, I would say maybe about an hour and 45-minute drive. So,
Yeah, because when I was in Ayr, Glasgow was obviously like the nearest city, so we used to go into Glasgow and do our shopping. But Ayr was a nice place. Always rained up there again though, and that goes back to what we were saying earlier on.
It does.
It was a Butlins up there,
Oh, yeah.
A Butlins. It was, what was it called? Craig Tara was the park.
Tara, my friend Ashley and our fiance and 2 kids go there.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. It's not Butlins anymore. I think it might be a Haven Holidays. But always windy, always rainy. That's why I started my life as a redcoat. I'll always remember because I left university after a year. Then it was like, what are you going to go and do then? And I thought, being a redcoat would be cool. And I did an audition to become a redcoat. They said you can have a job. And at the time we were living in South Devon, and it's like, where are you going to go and work? Scotland. At the time, I couldn't drive, and I just remember my dad's face when he realised that he was going to have to drive me all the way from Brixham in Devon up to Ayr in Scotland. I think it took us about 3 weeks to drive up there because it is a long old way.
It sure is. Really is. Because where I am, Aberdeen is just an hour above where we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're quite far up.
Is it? Yeah. And is Aberdeen the furthest city north in Scotland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like name-wise, yeah.
Yeah.
So it is. Nice there. It's nice,
Huh?
Aberdeen. Aberdeen's nice.
Best
Granite
British.
City.
The what city?
Granite City.
Granny City.
Granite City,
Oh.
it's called. It's where you see all the oil rigs in that dock.
Oh,
Although,
yeah.
you do see the oil rigs docked in Dundee. When I was home at Christmas, there was a couple of them. You don't realise actually how big oil rigs are until you see them up close.
Yeah, you see when they like land helicopters and stuff on them, don't
That's right, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, absolutely huge. Absolutely huge.
they? Anyway. What are you doing over there?
we're doing work, aren't we?
Yeah.
Not just chatting.
Chatting about Scotland.
Blended the background, so that was with the lemon tonic and orange. Now what I'm doing when it comes to the plum is I'm going over with my stencil. I lightly spritz a bit of repositional spray on just to give it a little bit of a grip. And we've actually got 2 parts to the stencil, where we can see the 2 designs that we've got. And then all that I'm going to do is, you don't need to do it all. You can just pick out certain bits, and you can blend over the top as well. But when it comes to the stencils, and specifically these ones, Ben, I like to tap my ink on.
Yeah.
And even if I want to do a bit of a continuous effect, you can stamp that on, just tapping it on. And then what we're going to do is, let's even go in another direction, and I'm going to just pop these little bits here. Then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come back down this side, even on top of what I've already stenciled, and I'm going to go a lot more heavy-handed not worrying too much if I miss bits or go over the edge. And that's the thing when it comes to inking as well as the stencils. You can really, it can be really forgiving, you know, and it kind of allows you, it's not along the lines of mixed media, it's still mixed media. You're mixing mediums together, but it's just a lot more forgiving when it comes to any inks that are over the part of the stencil. But if we can lift that up, then you'll see how you start to get that depth and that design coming through. I'm going to pop that back over the top, and what I'm going to do is just keep going just a little bit longer with some extra colour.
Thank you for showing my photo, says Claire. Yeah, Claire had the doggos, the lovely little border collies.
For years. Been there for years, but we still call it that. And then you're on the beach. So yeah, love it. One day, hopefully soon, we'll get back.
Yeah.
One day. One day. We'll just start to assemble this one. Let's bring in a couple of layers. I'm going to go with black again just to really offset the design. So you can see how we've got that initial backdrop of colour blend when it comes to the lemon tonic and the orange. Then we've got that first subtleness of using the stencil. And then what we've done is really gone bold with the floral design that we're coming all the way down. Then what we've also got within the set, you're also getting all these stamps that come in with this one. This happens to be the Happiness Bloom set that I'm using.
Yeah.
And I've already stamped it out, and what I've done is I've just freehand cut all the way around here, and I've done a little bit of colouring, and I've even just on a little bit of scrap black card, I've just cut just a little bit of a V at a point. Let's pop that one on here, and then what I'm going to do is add that with our tape runner, and that is all that I'm going to do with this one. And you can see the amount of depth that you get from all these colours. So let's go all the way around here, onto place. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the sentiment on, shock horror, that I'm going to add it with a pad.
No!
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
But what I'm going to do, because this ink I've used is water reactive, it stays wet. Now, obviously, I don't mean soaking wet, but it's still got it stays open that little bit longer. So if I was to pop my foam pad on right now, what would happen? See how?
Oh yeah.
It's slight tack, but it's not actually sticking.
Yeah.
Because obviously and I use the word damp lightly. It's not damp, but for that contact with the foam pad against that, because it's damp, it's not allowing it to stick.
Oh, okay.
So what I'm going to do is put a little bit of our tacky glue, and what will happen as that glue dries into the foam pads, into the ink as well, even when the ink dries completely, that's going to be nice and secure, and it means that I can still use my foam pads even although we've used a water reactive ink. The alternative solution is of course glue gel, but if you're like me and you like that instant hit with the height of the foam pads, then just use your tacky glue.
That's perfect, and a great use of those stencils as well. It really is a great craft to get into, I think. And as I say, if you're new and you're looking for something which you can come back to time and time again, but you know, a really accessible way to get started, then yeah, this collection is great because of course you're going to get all of those stencils and then all of the focal stamps to go with each of the collections. 56 in total. Do you want to have a quick look at the boards before we move on? Yes, why not? Yeah, so all of these you are going to get, and of course you've got a stencil and stamps for each one. So write your own story. Really cool. Loving the ink splats and the letters in there, and all of the matching sentiments to go with that too. This one here is your Make-A-Wish. Then you've got this one talking about travelling around the world. Life is a journey. Which is really, really cute. Got a bit of a Phileas Fogg feel about that one. It's time with all of the cogs on the clocks, and then some great sentiments in that one in particular too. This one is your back to nature with the leaves and the gorgeous sort of bark there too. Happy birthday, enjoy your day. Then we've got your life happens with the cogs, the brick wall stencil, and more great sentiments on there as well. This one is your happiness blooms, as we've just seen, thinking of you, happiness blooms from within. And then lastly is your music and lyrics with the musical notes, the treble clef. Music is what feelings sound like, just one of the stamp sentiments that you're going to get with that collection. Normally $55.92 or $71.60. It is $35.64 or $45.64 today, saving $20.28 or $25.96. And of course, another 20% will come off that for you if you are a Platinum member. Just want to show you some pictures right now of the Discovery kits. These are all back in stock for you with 10% off, and we've got a whole range of different Discovery kits depending on what you fancy, really. So on the Discovery kits, we've got your illustration. As I say, these are brilliant because they include just a few of the pens. You've got instruction booklets with these as well, depending on what you want to have a little bit of a play around with. So this one is the illustration. So if you're getting into your art, absolutely perfect with details and instructions in there too. $10.79 or $14.35 for all of these. Then we've got a watercolor Discovery kit as well. Once again, you're going to get a selection of those aqua pens in there. You've got the card to be using as well, and as I say, instruction booklets in all of those to kind of guide you through. That one's for your watercolor. The manga and comic, again, maybe you've got you know, your kids are getting into illustration. Manga always very, very popular indeed, or maybe they just want to get into kind of like comic art. That set would be very good for that one. If there's an aspiring designer in the family, maybe you've got kids who are getting into their sort of concept design as far as you know, school is concerned as well. Maybe they're heading that way with their creativeness. That kit would be perfect for them. For the improving colorist, we've got your creative coloring. Again, $10.79 or $14.35. This next one always popular as well, and I had the pleasure of meeting Baz very briefly a couple of weeks into being here actually, and some of the work that he does is absolutely phenomenal. Well, I was going to say, I am definitely sure, if you scroll back, you'll be able to find the show when Baz came in live. Colour Me Happy, I want to say back in September, October time of last year, but that is your blended mandalas with kind of written word by Baz to give you a hand with that. And if lettering is your thing, if you're wanting to learn calligraphy, then we've got the modern calligraphy set there as well. So kind of a bit of something for everybody really, and the fact that they are all back in stock and the fact that you can get them today with a 10% saving, have a look. Great little gift idea as well if you're looking for ideas to buy for people. $10.79 or $14.35 is the deal on that. Some lovely comments coming in, which we'll get back to in just a second. I do want to recap, though, on the Best of a British collection. It is back in stock. The whole collection is back, and I'm super delighted. It was one of my favourites of the sort of early days when I was here, when Craig and I launched this, and it is now back in. You're going to get with this your stamp and die set. So this one is your city scenes. So as you can see, with each of the stamps, you're going to get the equivalent die to be able to cut out all of your stamped images. So again, perfect for your cards, as we saw earlier on with Mary, perfect for your scrapbook pages too, perfect for your home decor pieces. I mean, this is brilliant. The city scenes encapsulated London perfectly with the London skyline. You've got your black cabs, you've got your post box there as well, your old phone box there too, the Union Jack, double-decker bus. It's just brilliant. It is all there for you. Then as well as that, we've got your high tea. We do love afternoon tea here in the British Isles, and this is all about the cakes and the pots of tea and the cake stands and all sorts going on there. Look at that Victoria sponge, rather nice, isn't it? That one is a 33-piece collection with all of the stamps and dies included there. Then you've got this one here, which is your rose garden. As I say, we all love to have a little potter around the garden. I like the look of this sort of garden here. I wish my garden looked like that. Mine's pretty much most of the time just full of weeds. It's a never-ending job, isn't it, with your garden? But this is cool because you've got all of your little Wellington boots, you've got your watering can, your pots. Love that little gate there as well. And the little fence, not the fence, the, oh dear, what's that called? The trellis, thank you. Yes, trellis with the roses climbing up it, absolutely gorgeous. And once again, how cute is that finished card? Stamps and dice for all of that included. And then you're also going to get this one here if you fancy a day at the beach. Your beach day, which is the beach huts and ice creams and bunting and postcards from the beach. Got to have a few clouds in the sky because this is Britain after all. And then you've got your deck chairs and your buckets and spades. Love that little card down the front here as well. I just think it's a really, really nice combination of all the elements within the collection. So those are your stamps and dies. You're then also going to get your embossing folders. You just saw the London skyline. So you've got one of these for each of the stamp and die sets that you've got within the collection. So that one is your London skyline. You've then got your picket fence to go with your garden. Then you've also got on top of that your postcard, which of course works perfectly with your seaside collection. And then you've got your beach huts included as well. So 4 embossing folders with your stamp and dies, and let me show you your paper pad as well. 48 sheets in here, double-sided, and what I love about this is the way that you've got so much to work with in here and how it all perfectly complements your stamps and dies that you've got in there too. A page full of sentiments as well. There's loads included in there. Choose which side you want to use. Look at the postcards in there. Glorious. You've got your little page with clouds. Look at that. The little beach scene there is absolutely stunning. We've got more teacups and florals on there as well. There's bottles of champagne and strawberries. It's a really beautiful pad. I know lots of people were jumping in and grabbing this a little bit earlier on our previous show, but this obviously comes with the collection as well, so definitely worth going for. It's a really wonderful deal today. That's my favourite paper within this set. Really love that, and that's the one that you saw just a few moments ago as well. 65 or 78 is the deal, saving 33.41 or 38.67. Back in stock, relaunched today if you like, and it's at a fabulous price of £65 or $78. So grab it whilst you can. In the club, that is just £52 or $62.40. Thank you for all the lovely comments coming in. Let's just quickly read a couple of these because there's loads flying in. Oh yeah, loads of you still suggesting where you'd like to see cities featured. Patricia just saying there's an Aberdeen in Hong Kong. Do you know that, Craig? An Aberdeen. So you have to be very specific when you ask how to get to it. One time a friend was asked and she said to take certain buses when the person was actually inquiring about flights to Scotland. Laura Simmons on Facebook says Savannah, Georgia, where I was born. Definitely need a stamp of Forsyth Fountain. That's not Bruce Forsyth, is it? Oh, that's fancy, my love. Maybe the waterfront and River Street, they were bad at not keeping many historical places until the 70s, 80s, but there are still some historical places left from the colonial days. And Liz Reese-Pedler on Facebook says, we went on a 30-day tour of the US in 2011. It was a big celebration for my husband's 50th, daughter's 21st, and son's 18th. One of the best family holidays we ever had. We flew to New York. He's jealous. And then we toured the East Coast. Oh, I'd love to do this. Popped over to Niagara, did Philadelphia and Washington, flew to LA, toured the West Coast, Palm Springs, Arizona, Phoenix, Grand Canyon, Vegas, Yosemite National Park, Sacramento, and finished with 4 days in San Francisco. I mean, that sounds awesome, but also quite tiring. That sounds like a trip of a lifetime. Love that. Thank you, Liz. And Susan just saying, beautiful paper pad, just love it. Well, let us get back to the demos and see what else Craig is going to be conjuring up for us, the other side of the studio. What are you going to be showing us next?
We're going to go back to the best of British, going to do a bit of stamp and colouring, but also to say as well, there's also an Aberdeen in Washington in the US of A as well.
What's
because that? There's also an Aberdeen in Washington in America as well.
Oh, is there?
Because that's where the past and, my opinion, future WWE World Heavyweight Champion Daniel Bryan is from as well. So, Aberdeen, Washington.
Oh, as in, yes, 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 yes,
that's
yes.
It. Yeah.
Yeah.
He should have won the other night, Elimination Chamber, but he didn't. So.
I don't watch it anymore, as you know. Not as good as the good old days, the old WWE.
I don't watch it religiously like I used to, yeah. But I do dip in and out.
Stone Cold and The Rock, those were the days.
These were the days.
Those were the days.
These were the days. Hulk Hogan, Sable, Sonny, Ultimate Warrior. Val Venus.
What?
Godfather.
Oh, Val
All
Venus
these
and the
old
Godfather, yeah. Oh dear.
Oh,
I'm sure
these
there's quite a lot of people now have no
No.
clue what we're talking about.
No, people at home now, they're all about.
British Bulldog was good.
That'd be a hard job if you'd done that, Johnny.
British
He's not alive
Bulldog.
anymore. British Bulldog, he was a good wrestler.
He was.
Awesome wrestler.
Davey Boy Smith.
Him versus Bret Hart at SummerSlam. Was it
Yeah.
92
92
in Wembley?
he was, yeah.
Awesome man.
He was the best of British, wasn't he? Eh?
He was.
Davey Boy
he
Smith.
was. And that's exactly where I was leading to,
I
coming
knew
back
it.
to
You were
this
getting back on
collection.
track. Yeah, exactly right.
Yep.
Yeah, you think we just throw these shows together?
Yeah, we don't, no.
What was the purpose for the things that we chat about?
You think we talk about random rubbish? We don't. There's
No.
always a reason.
Yeah.
Always a reason.
All rehearsed, all scripted, all off the auto cue.
Yep, absolutely. Gets edited afterwards as well. We're not actually live, by the way. This is actually 9:42 on the 29th of January. Just in case I confuse anyone, it is now 4:56 on the 24th of February, just to let everyone know.
Was it 24th? I thought it was the 23rd. No, it is the 24th. You're
No,
right.
it's the 24th.
Yeah, it is.
Payday tomorrow. Sort of taken some. This is our Nina cardstock, because what we're going to do is we're going to colour with some alcohol pens. We're going to use our tri-blends for this one. So what I've done is I have used our alcohol-proof Noir ink pad that we can see on this one here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring in a little bit of cardstock just to pop underneath, because it's alcohol based, so we just want to put that little bit of card underneath just to help colour it in. And then I'm going to go for the gold brown blend for this one here, but I'm not actually going to use the tri-blends as in use the 3 tones. I'm just going to use a couple of them. So let's go in and then we could then colour this. So this could, Ben, what's your favourite cake? What's your favourite sponge cake, if you have one?
Cake! What is my favourite? I do like, nothing but cake. I do like Victoria sponge. I also like, I like a nice chocolate gâteau. I like all cake really.
Yeah.
I love as well the little, the proper little fairy cakes. You know, with a little bit of cream in the top there.
Yep.
What other cakes do I like? I really like, and I know a lot of people don't like this, I really like Christmas cake.
Do you?
Yeah, I love Christmas cake. Not so much with all of the icing and stuff on, but like the fruit cake inside, I really like. Oh, I tell you what I like as well, carrot cake. Ooh. Bit of carrot cake is nice. You didn't think I got to this size by eating salad, did you? And I tell you what else I really like, which a lot of people turn their nose up at, is banana cake. Make a nice banana cake. You wait till the bananas are
Right.
sort of on the turn. And that's really nice, banana cake.
All right, I only asked you for one.
Okay.
You don't need to go through every single cake.
No, I'm just telling you all the cakes that I like though. Man, I love the cake. What's your favourite cake, Craig?
Straight up
Dundee cake.
Birthday cake.
Birthday cake?
You know, just a sponge cake, but with a birthday cake with the ice and the jam in the middle.
Yeah.
Or, like cupcakes, but again, butterfly cake or just sponge cake with royal icing over the top. I like that. But then, banana cake, banana loaf, fruit loaf, use my nan's recipe. Carrot cake as well.
All right, I only asked you for one.
Yeah, well, I asked the question, so I can answer as many as I want. I do really enjoy them. Or, that guy that makes exceedingly good cakes?
Oh, yeah.
I like the little fancy ones.
Oh, the little fancy fingers?
Yeah.
Fondant fancies. Are they called fancy fingers?
I don't know. Are
Fondant
you thinking of for the trifles?
Oh, I don't know. Oh,
Lady
yeah, I think
fingers.
I think I am. Yeah, I do
thinking
like those as well. Yummy. Cake.
Favourite dessert, though, is lemon meringue pie.
Your favourite dessert is what?
My favourite dessert is lemon meringue pie. I love anything
Oh,
lemon.
you see, I'm not too bothered about that. Oh. Mrs. M, she loves it. Yeah, lemon
Tartar the better.
And they're like lemon meringue, like lemon cheesecake.
Yep.
I'm just not that fussed
Lemon
about that.
drizzle cake.
No, I'm not too fussed with that.
Yeah,
No.
I do love lemon. You know, and it really needs to be a lemon. It needs to be really tight. You know when your cheeks go.
What do they do? What do they do, Craig? Yeah. Yeah.
It didn't look right, did it?
No.
I just seen myself on the screen. I was like, no, stop that, Craig. Yeah, so really tart. And not just lemon, you know, anything that's really quite tart when it comes to, you know, orange.
Do you know what I love as well? Sorry, just talking about, because you asked about desserts, and I think it's quite a British thing. I love a nice sherry trifle.
Well, I
do like a trifle. My mum, especially around Easter time, would make a sherry trifle at Easter, and I used to love that because she would put, I mean, when we talk about sherry trifle, it was like, you know, sherry with a bit of trifle sort of mixed in.
Oh, that's why it's called sherry trifle.
Yeah, because there's, yeah. No, but what I mean is she'd put in loads of sherry, then just a little bit of trifle. Do you know what I mean? It's like whack in the sherry, hold the trifle. That kind of, you know, sherry trifle. It was, yeah, really nice. Really nice. Hungry now.
Oh, pineapple upside down cake. Because I made that over the weekend, and I had a little bit left over, and I had
you made
it
that standing on your head?
Yeah. Had it in between shows.
Don't know if I've ever that, you know. Pineapple upside down cake.
You've never had it?
No.
It's very easy. It's just basically a sponge.
What, that you bake upside down?
Well, what you do is you put your pineapple down. I use a glass bowl, Pyrex, so you can put it in the oven. So just lay that with the pineapple on the bottom, and then pour the sponge over the top, and then bake it 180 for about 25 minutes.
Ben and Craig's cookery tips on Crafters TV.
Not quite the Fanny Craddock, are we? But
what?
We're not quite Fanny Craddock, are we?
Oh no, Fanny Craddock. Was she English?
She was scary, I could tell you that.
TV chef. Lynn says, I'm loving the show, but it's sometimes hard to keep a straight face on a Zoom meeting listening to you two in my ear. Lynn, what are you doing listening to us when you're supposed to be on a Zoom meeting? That's terrible. So now we've got lots of suggestions of great desserts. Sharon says, chocolate mousse pie. No?
I'm not an overly big fan of chocolate. I love white chocolate.
Now, I don't know what this is either. You'd have to tell me. You might know this. What is key lime pie?
Ooh, key lime pie is...
All right, Scooby-Doo over there. Key lime pie?
I'm probably going to get all the Americans are just going to like jump down my throat in a minute and say, no, it's not, Craig. I want to say it's along the lines of a cheesecake.
Right. It's obviously got lime in it.
Yeah.
What's the key bit?
So, you know, forgive me if I'm explaining it completely wrong. No, I do know.
Oh, go on then.
I do know. Key lime juice, but I want to say it's along the lines of a cheesecake with a crumbly base.
Ooh.
It's nice.
It's all about the base, isn't it?
It's all about the base, yeah.
About the base. No treble. Will Jewett says, coffee cake. I can never spell the name tiramisu.
Is that what tiramisu is? Coffee cake? Coffee. Yeah, really strong coffee. Really strong coffee.
Didn't know that.
That is nice.
Pam says, ha ha ha, my husband just walked into the room and heard you two talking about lemon meringue pie, and as he walked out he said, now they're talking my language. And just going back to another component of this collection, obviously with the best British city scenes, you have got the little phone box there, and Anne says on Facebook, if you coloured the phone box blue, would it look like the TARDIS? My brother is a big Doctor Who fan. Yes, it would, because the TARDIS was a police box, wasn't it? Which to all intents and purposes is a phone box. I don't know how long the police boxes were around for here in the UK. I want to say that I might have to Google that. Was it the 1940s, 1950s? I think the police boxes might have disappeared. Might have to get producer Johnny to Google that one. But yeah, if you colour that one blue, it would certainly look a little bit like the Doctor Who TARDIS. Absolutely, yes. Look at your little cake over there.
Look at that. I know, I'm really well chuffed with that one. Really, really chuffed with this one. Now, this is going to be really quite hard to see, Ben. But you see in the centre there, see where we've got the cream in the middle? Instead of just leaving it white, what I've done is I've used tiny little dots, like a minute ago you'll have seen me do, is I've given it a very light shadow with little dots of the ice grey, the lightest tone. And it just takes the edge off. It's like if you want to, at Christmas time, stamp a snowman and you want to colour it in, but you think, well, the snowman's white anyway, I've done it onto white card. What to do is just give it a light sprinkling of ice grey, the light shade, just round the edges, and that's what I've done within the cream along the base, just to give it that little bit of a shadow. I've got some other ones already here. Now this one, the only difference I had done with this one is I used the light yellow for this one here, but just along the same lines. If anything, I actually prefer how I've used that colour there, which was the gold brown blend, but I only used the light in the mid. I didn't use the depth. But you've got all these additional stamp and die components I've already done. So we've got the cake, we've got the cake stand, we've got all these little cupcakes, we've got these little, well, it could be little cake slices or it could be your sandwiches, your cucumber sandwiches. So we've got these ones. And then what we can do is bringing in these layers that I've got all done at the side of me.
Yeah.
We can start to layer this one up. We've even got this, remember, when you see this sentiment, keep calm and eat cake. Remember just last year, maybe the year before, when it was all the rave was, everything was keep calm.
Keep calm and everything.
Yeah.
That was probably 2 or 3 years ago, I want to say.
Was it?
Yeah, it was further back than last year.
Oh,
keep calm and
gosh.
everything, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Keep calm, do this. Keep calm, do the other. Keep calm and whatever. Aisha, by the way, says, Craig, oh, you're going to wind him up here. Why have you put this? Craig, white chocolate is not chocolate.
Oh, you see when people, right, people,
Told you you'd wind
two
him up.
things. When someone said, you know, white chocolate isn't real white chocolate, yes, I know. Do you know the other thing as well? Is you'll maybe say to someone, oh yeah, if you're going to the shops, can you get you? And you'll say, oh can you get me tomatoes, please? And I'll go, can you get me the vine tomatoes? And then someone always goes, well, all tomatoes are vine tomatoes. Yes, I know all tomatoes come from a vine. But what I'm saying is when you go to the shop, can you get me the tomatoes that are on the vine? Don't get me the loose ones. I know all tomatoes come from on the vine. And I know white chocolate isn't real white chocolate, but it's chocolate, so. On that note, so we've established when I go on about white chocolate, tomatoes, people that wear white socks, sunglasses, indoors. It's been a good afternoon, isn't it?
Wow. Diane K. Lewis on Facebook says, kiwi is a kind of lime. And it's a little like lemon meringue, but the lime is mixed with cream cheese. Well, that sounds very tasty. Maybe I should definitely try that, Dan. So thank you for sending that in. What was I going to ask? I can't remember now. Craig went off on his little rant. I was going to ask him a question. I can't remember what it was now.
Don't remember or don't want to?
I literally can't remember what it was because, yeah, your reaction to the chocolate thing. I was going to ask something about I was going to ask. No, it wasn't about the police bus. I'm just looking at the high tea. I was just wondering if we had scones in there, but we don't. Cucumber sandwiches and cupcakes, which is fine. I was going to start the age-old debate of scone and scone, but also
jam
what goes on first. I just wanted to make sure that everyone's doing it the right way. The Devonian way. The Devonian way is the right way. Craig, jam or cream first? Get this right, otherwise me and you might fall out.
Well, I would probably put the jam on first. Because you put the jam on and then the jam is going to hold the cream. If you put the cream on first, it's a lot more flexible.
That's the Cornish way.
Put the jam on and the jam's just going to...
You've done it the Cornish way.
Well, it's obviously the right way, isn't it?
No, it's not the right way. It's cream then jam. Because this is my take on it, right? This is the Devonian way, the right way. If you were going to have, say for example, you were going to have your jam and toast, you wouldn't put the jam on, would you? And then the butter on top of it.
Yeah, but it's not toast though.
Yeah, but it's the same. It's the same thing. Jam always goes on second. Jam goes on second, so it's cream first, then jam. Look at Craig. You're like a bobblehead over there. You're right.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh no.
Ah, dear. Anyway, tell us what you're up to with this.
We are so going to get into trouble after this show, aren't we? We are in so much trouble after. We really will have the boss coming through in this show.
You're all right. You're going home at 6 o'clock. I've still got another hour to go.
Yes,
well,
I'm in first thing though when all the bosses are in.
Oh yeah,
You're finished.
I am done. Yeah, probably
Quite literally.
Oh, it's been fun though. It's been fun.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Well, I like the way that you've taken all of the different pieces out here and you're building up your own little cake stand, which is.
You won't get any of this with Hillary later on.
No. Oh yeah, later on, Hillary is on the show. Now, for people who don't know Hillary, she was. When was she on your wake-up call with you? It was a few weeks back, or was it a month back? Now I lose track of time.
It must have been around about a month back. So yes, it was a month back where she came on and we played a game.
Yep.
And I won that first one.
Right.
And then she'd come back maybe a couple of weeks later, pretty much for the full show. And she'd done the 3 steps of the demo and throughout the full show. And then she was on, not last week, the week before, we had another game. It was all about the ink pads. And she won that game. So yeah, she's been on a few times, so a lot of you actually know. And the reason, not only did she come back to take part in the games because it's good fun, but you've actually loved her, absolutely loved her, especially when she's done that stint with all the demos. So hopefully, fingers crossed, you may see her every now and again, maybe if someone's on holiday or need a bit of cover, you might see her coming in, but this is going to be her first craft vault with you.
What do you say like that for? It will be good. I'm really looking forward to it, actually. That is in 7 o'clock tonight UK time, so it should be a good one. If you have just joined us, welcome. This is the return of the Best of British collection. Is this demo number 2 or number 3?
I've lost count now.
Is it number 3? Oh yes, because we did one with the background stencils and stamp collection, didn't we? So yes, absolutely. You've done a fabulous job there. That Victoria sponge, by the way, looks almost good enough to eat.
It does, doesn't it?
It does, it really does.
Really chopping my colour in. But here we go. So keep calm and eat cake. Eat whatever you like at the moment. But you can see there, so we're just building upon that. But if I bring this stamp set, so this is everything else that you're getting within that stamp set as well. So you can start to add your additional sentiments. You've got the teapot, you've got the little bit of fizz that you can see there, some flowers, all those different things that you could be doing so you can create your image. Build upon each other because you get the dies, or if you like to use your Pebeo drawing gums, then you can start to add dimension that way as well.
Thank you for all the lovely comments coming in. You two are a total hoot today, says Karen. And Jennifer says on Facebook, actually, white chocolate is chocolate. Just made of the cocoa butter of the cocoa pod, but not the beans. Milk and dark chocolate use the cocoa beans along with the cocoa butter. So there you go. Thank you, Jennifer. Let's have a look at some pictures that you've been sending in. Thank you for all of... Ah, there's more dogs. There's more dogs. Hello, Ben and Craig. Your fur buddy, Miss Bailey. Is that Ohio Today?
Oh, look.
Oh, look. Oh, that's so cute. Don't know if Miss Bailey looks, I don't know, a little bit. I don't know. Happy or sad or, I don't know.
It's like, oh my gosh, you're taking another picture.
Yeah, it's a bit like that, isn't it? Like, oh, not another picture. But thank you, Terry. That's a lovely picture.
I love that picture.
Yeah, love your dog and our fur buddy. That's amazing. Ah, Katie Henderson.
Oh.
I recognise that bridge, I think. Isn't that the big one?
The Forth Road Bridge. Looks
What?
like the old Forth Road Bridge in Edinburgh.
Forth Road Bridge.
I know it's not.
It's Golden Gate, isn't it? I think it is.
San Francisco.
San Francisco. That's the one from View to a Kill with Roger Moore, James Bond, right at the end of the movie.
I haven't seen any James Bond films.
What?
Yeah, I've seen the ones with Pierce Brosnan, but that's it.
That's View to a Kill, the final fight at the end when they're on the Zeppelin and they end up on the Golden Gate Bridge. And Astrid, that's, is that Oxford, is it?
Oh,
wow. That is good. It's a lovely, lovely city. They filmed a lot of the Harry Potter stuff there, I think, didn't they?
Did they?
I'm sure they did, in and around Oxford. That is absolutely gorgeous. Thank you, Astrid.
Reminded me a smaller version of the Royal Albert Hall.
Yeah, I want to. Well, I don't know exactly where. Does it say where that was on the email? Yeah, last time she popped into Oxford before lockdown. That is gorgeous.
Spectacular, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look
That's
at
got
the
to be
old
around
bikes
university
outside as
or something,
well.
hasn't it? Love it. Thank you for all of these pictures. Absolutely brilliant. Wow, 45 minutes of the show left. Where has that time gone? I tell you what, let us reset and get ready to show you more. And whilst we do that, here is a little video which will give you information about Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the Crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
That picture that we saw from Astrid, that building is called the Camera in Oxford. Oh, right, yes. We're big fans of Inspector Morse and Endeavour, which of course was filmed around there, wasn't it, and based in Oxford. So there you go. Thank you, Astrid. Brilliant stuff. And one quick question just before we start looking at some ink pads. Eleanor on Facebook says, I have a question for Craig. How do you put those gems on so easily? And can you come to my house to show me how to take the backing off the foam pads too?
Foam pads is just lots of practice, using them a lot over the years. With the gems, those ones didn't actually have adhesive on the back. I usually use ones with adhesive and I pick them off with my poke tool and then place them. But what I had done before, well, I'm not sure either, before your camera came to me, or maybe I'd done it to the side, I'd actually had my finger in a bit of tacky glue and then I just picked it up with the tacky glue. That's only going to work though if it doesn't have self-adhesive on the back. If it does have self-adhesive on the back of the gems or petals, use your poke tool to pick them off.
Thank you for that. Keep the questions coming, keep the comments coming. We're going to have a quick look at some of the ink pad deals that we've got on the show. If it's quick dry ink pads you're after, we've got a 13-piece collection here. You know, so if you are basically after something, we're just going to give you a quick, clear, crisp stamped image, which is going to dry quickly. Then you want to go for this collection. It's brilliant. I'll rattle through all of the different colours that you're going to get in here. So you're going to get your smoke plume. You've also then got your orange. Then on top of that you have, oh, this is a massive collection, Spring Meadow, you've got your Pine Tree, you've got your Frosty Jade, and then you've got your Twilight Grey. Still to come is your Noir Black, you've got your Lagoon, you've got your Plum Jam, loads of your favourites in here, you've got your Straw Bale, your Crushed Velvet, your Baby Blue, your Ocean Blue, and everyone's fave, the Lemon Tonic. That's a really good bundle. 13 of those ink pads, the quick dries, for £50 or $70, saving $14.87 or $20.35 if you want to go for the quick dries. We've also got the opaque ink pads on the show for you as well. So if you're wanting to do perhaps you know, a bit more blending for your backgrounds. If you wanted to do sort of your embossing techniques as well, these are absolutely perfect for that. And then the colours within this collection are as follows: your crushed velvet, you've got your damson wine, you've then got fuchsia, yeah, all the favourites. Then you've got honey pot, you've got jet black, you've got oasis, blur, no, not really, ocean blue, ocean blur, you've got your parakeet, oh, Fiona would love this collection, it's all her favourites in here. You've got your pale fig, plum jam, pink tulip, sandstorm, and your straw bale. So 13 of those in the opaques for £50 or $70. So it's the same deal whether you fancy going for your quick dries or your opaque pigment. It is entirely up to you. Remember, another 20% off that, so that's actually £40 or $56, isn't it, if you are a platinum member. So let us have a look at the opaque inks first of all with Craig. What you're going to show us?
So we are, exactly as you say, we're going to have a look at the opaque pigment ink pads. I thought Santa Claus was going past there.
Either that or someone's walking their dog up and down the corridor. What was
They're
that?
on a leash. I don't know.
Sorry, I was just slightly off put there for a second. Yeah, it was like a jingling up and down the corridor. Anyway, carry on.
So we're going to use the stencil. This one we're going to use is the Make-A-Wish. So I say the stencil, of course you do get the stencil, but you do get stamp set to go with them as well. So what we're going to do is with the opaque pigment ink pads, they're perfect for many reasons. But with these ones here, what these do is they stay open longer. And what I mean by that, it just means that they stay tacky. And I don't mean a tacky as though you put your hands on it, it's going to stay tacky onto your hands, but it allows you then to be using your, sorry, my heat gun was about to fall over. I'm going to use my heat gun. It means that you're able to use your embossing powders on top of them as well, because they're going to cling to them and stick to them. We've got unbelievable Colour Me Happy shows across on either our website or YouTube, where Leanne goes over them and explains them in a lot more detail as to what you can do with them. But we are going to use them, 1, to stencil through, and 2, to then put our embossing powders on. When it comes to these ones, you can use the blending tools. However, these little daubers, these are going to be the perfect ones for doing your opaque pigment, because you can really intensify the colour. Prime example is me. It was me and you, Ben. I thought, yeah, it's a couple of weeks ago. We done Colour Me Happy. Yeah. And we used the red opaque pigment, and we used a blending tool, and then we went on top with the little dauber, and it really intensified the red. I think it was me and you?
How do you remember that? I can't remember what we did earlier on, to be honest with you. The days just, I've no idea. It could well have been me, it could have been Joe.
I'm sure it was you.
Was it?
Yeah, sure it was.
Yeah. No, as I get older, my memory just gets worse and worse. Johnny, you find that as well sometimes, don't you? It's not just me. You do so many shows here. I literally... I can't. What did we do earlier? Oh, we launched the interchangeable sentiments. I remember that one. But what did we do in Craft Vault earlier? Well, we'll find out because we're doing it again at 7 o'clock. Yeah, I'll tell you in an hour and a half. There you go.
I tell you what, if you go back on our website or go onto YouTube, you'll be able to watch the show back from this morning. See what you've done. Yeah.
I'll need to. It's terrible, isn't it? Terrible. But no, it is just for the fact that the shows are so sort of thick and fast here. Well, I do, certainly. They just all sort of blend into one, really. And this is my 4th day as well. I'm not used to doing 4 in a row. You know, I'm a part-timer, as my wife calls me, so normally just 3 days, so it's been especially tricky. But if you say it was me, it was me. Have we still got the finger daubers available? That's what I want to know. Are they still on the website? I'm sure they probably are. So you get 40 of those, don't you, with a little container as well, so super handy, particularly for your opaque pigment ink pads. So if they are still there on the website, worth popping them into your basket as well.
They are. You can use them with your water reactors if you want.
Yep.
But certainly perfect.
So what we at 1950, which is good.
That's good.
In the UK. Oh, that's nice.
So even on a black, it's still starting to pop through. So we'll do a little bit more And then what we're going to do then is, this is then, it stays, as I say, it stays open, which then that just means that we could then come along and we can use our embossing powders. Basically, Ben, what it is, it's similar, you know, to our watermark ink pad. You know how we use our watermark ink pad for the embossing powders to stick to?
Yeah.
It's just like that, however, it's got colour on them. So what you could then do is, instead of buying all these different colour embossing powders, what you could do is you could get just a tub of clear embossing powder, get your opaque pigment, all of your coloured ones, and then you can colour your own, well, not colour your own embossing powder, but ink with each colour, sprinkle on the clear embossing powder, and then you've then got coloured embossed.
Love that.
So
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So you can do that one. So we've gone over with these two. What I'm then going to do is, if I bring in another one, and that was the crushed velvet, and we're going to go in with one of my favourites, if not my favourites,
Parakeet.
Parakeet. And then what we can do is we are going to do exactly the same. We're going to dab all this ink on. And when you're using your stencils, or if you're using your stamps to create a background or a backdrop, I always say, always remember, in stamp or stencil off your page. It's just more pleasing to the eye. It just seems more natural. If you try and hold it and retain it all in with your cardstock area, it doesn't look handmade. You know, it's like that you've tried too hard. So always stamp off the page. If you find, you might be one of those, you know, when you try and do random, but you end up actually being kind of neat and tidy because you can't.
Yeah.
What to do is, this is 5x5, so take 6x6 piece of cardstock, do your inking, and then if you do find that you've stayed within the size, what to do then is just trim it down, and then that's going to give you that effect of stamping off your cardstock. So that's a good way of doing it.
Terry Tom Anderson says, so quick question, will the opaque ink stick to already embossed areas and emboss it again?
Yes.
Or would it melt the previously heat embossing?
Well, you just need to watch for that. If you've already embossed an area, if you're going to come back over that again with heat, then yeah, there's a potential for you to remelt it.
Yeah.
If you're careful, if you do it quite quick, then you can ink, heat emboss, and then what you could then do, for instance, Ben, what I could have done, all these dots that I've done,
Yeah.
I could have done heat embossing, done that layer first, then come back, do my next layer that I'm doing now with the parakeet, heat emboss again. I would just need to be careful that I didn't melt the second layer underneath, but if you are careful, then you can do it, no problem at all.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Any more questions? Get those in, I would say, in the next 15 minutes or so. We've only got half an hour to go. And of course, in that time, we need to find your demo of the show as well. So we'll get those all lined up in the next 20 minutes as well. And of course, if you have anything in your basket currently, make sure you do check it out. I'll give you a full reminder of your Best of British collection again in just a few moments' time.
So if we then bring clear embossing powder,
Oh yeah.
and what I'm just doing, because I had it to hand, I've used this one that I've coloured from the last demo, you can see there. I am going to be using this one at home, but I've just taken this bit of card to use it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle the embossing powder on, and then if we tap all that excess off, what happens is the embossing powder sticks to what you've just inked. So we can then tap that off. If you've got an anti-static bag at home, you could use that first, and that will stop any of these little bits sticking. That's just maybe you've had a little bit of, maybe your hands are maybe a bit wet or a bit sticky, and that's just where that the powder stuck to. But you can just take a brush, dab away all that excess. But then what you can then do is, once you've done that, you've got it the way that you want, I can then move that to the side. Let's bring in our heat tool, and we can get this to temp. We're just going to let that come up to as hot as I can get it. And then when it comes to heat embossing, the key is to, as soon as it's melted, move it. So what we can then do is, I'm happy enough with this one. So I'm going to start here, and then as soon as that melts, I'm going to sort of look at that straight away.
Oh yeah.
Straight away, you can see that on your screen now.
Wow.
Don't waft it. Don't do that. If you just stay still, and as it melts, just move it.
Yeah. That's super quick.
Here we go, so quick. So moving. Heat embossing is one of those techniques that actually gets so many people into crafting.
Yeah.
Because they see it, they see the effect. And it doesn't matter how many years you've been crafting, how many years I've been crafting, I never get fed up of watching that.
It's mesmerising to see.
It's mesmerising. That's quite smart on black, but when you see it onto white, then you've got that just wow effect. So even now on black, you've got that subtle, it's subtle, but you can still see the colour coming through. I'm going to show you, so this is the one that I'd done earlier, well, it wasn't earlier on today, earlier on yesterday. And so I'm going to come close up for this one. And I've just done a few extra points, so a few extra layers that you can see here.
Yeah.
Done it the exact same way, done it on my layer first, and then done my clear heat embossing. So what we can then do is move that one out the way. And I'm going to bring in my tape runner. What I've also done as well is stamped with it, so you can stamp with it just like you would with the quick dry or alcohol, sprinkled it over as well when it comes to your powders. And then what I've done with the black layer, with the dots, I've done exactly the same with the crushed velvet, sprinkled, heat, and then I've just cut this down to a strip, and then we can now just start to layer this one up. Going all the way around and just using tape. That's about 3 tape runners I've gone through today. Going round with a tape runner.
Hey, well, if you're after tape runners, I've got a great deal for you coming up very soon.
Have you?
Yeah. It's the Hero Tool deal.
Ooh. How many did you get?
12.
12.
Yeah. It's on the screen now, actually.
What's that are?
31.92, 41.93 for the glue tape pens. 22 meters, 72 feet of tape, glue tape per pen. That's what I'm trying to say.
What are you trying to say?
You get a lot.
You get a lot.
In each one, don't you?
Not a lot. Who was that?
Paul Daniels.
Paul Daniels.
Yeah.
Debbie McGee.
Thank you, Debbie. I love the Paul Daniels magic show. He was a magician here in the UK. He used to have a show on us. It was on Saturday night, wasn't it? The Paul Daniels magic show.
Yeah.
And Debbie McGee was his wife and glamorous assistant.
She's doing well for herself now, isn't she?
Yeah.
Not that I know her, but
She's on. What was she on recently? Oh, Strictly Come Dancing.
Strictly Come Dancing, wasn't
Yeah.
she?
Strictly Come Dancing. Yeah. Yes. She certainly was.
Righty, not. Let's go in with our tape. So what I've been doing, was it you that was saying, Ben, that I've been using up all my really small foam pads?
Well, I feel like I've chatted about foam pads a lot over the course of the last 4 days because Jan couldn't get the backs of the foam pads off. On what day was that? Monday or so, I think it was both days actually. And then when she tried to use foam, she just couldn't get. When was the day that you ran in on the show? Was that Monday?
Monday.
Yeah, and you were helping to peel the backs off her foam pads.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. But look at that. That's an absolute stunner.
So even when it comes to black, using the Pigment ink pads, it could be white card if you wanted to, could be any of your texture card, but because we've used clear embossing powder, it picks up the colour even better up close, but then what it does is it gives that really nice glisten effect as well. So the Pigment ones, one of many things that they do is they stay open, which allows you to use your embossing powders over the top.
Fantastic. Whichever of the ink pad collections that you are going for, details on your screen just now for the quick dry, so 13-piece collection. I'll tell you the colours again, shall I quickly? Your lemon tonic, you've got your ocean blue, you've got your baby blue, you have got your crushed velvet, you have got your straw bale, and then also your plum jam. And then adding to that, you have Lagoon, you have your Noir Black, you have got your Twilight Grey, you have your Frosty Jade, Pine Tree, Spring Meadow, oh hang on a minute, Spring Meadow, Orange, wow, making a right old mess here, Orange, and then your smoke plume. So 13 of those you're going to get. £50, $70. Platinum members, of course, you can make that £40 or $56. And then if you want to go for the opaque pads, we've got those also too. This is a 13-piece collection. And again, if you want to do your blending, if you want to do your embossing, particularly jet black and honey pot, you've then got your fuchsia, you've got the ocean blue, you've got oasis, you've got the pale fig, you've got your parakeet, you have got your pink tulip, and then plum jam, straw bale, sandstorm, damson wine, and your crushed velvet. 13 of those, £50, $70. So a great day to be able to kind of start your ink pad collections or stock up on those should you need to. Right, let me remind you that, of course, starting on Monday, we have a brand new schedule. It is our springtime schedule. And you know what? This is actually a bit of a combination, I suppose, of us jigging things around just a little bit, but also listening to you and what you wanted to see. So hopefully you're going to enjoy this new spring schedule, which is here. So this is how it's going to look. So 12 till 1:30 UK time will be the first show of the day, 7 till 8:30 Eastern. Then the second show of the day will be 3 till 5 UK time, which is 11 till 1 Eastern. And then you have got your final show of the day, 7 till 9 UK time, which is 2 till 4 Eastern. And basically how this works, these shows here, the second and third shows of the day, will always be the shows that you already know, like Creative Cravings, like Launch Day and Launch Party, Monday Makers, and Colour Me Happy, all the usual shows. This show here, 12 till 1:30, Monday to Friday, will be everybody's new favourite show, Wake Up Call with Craig. Because basically, I think a lot of people were worried that because we'd shifted things forward, people were thinking, Wake Up Call's been canned. But no, it hasn't. Basically, between 12 and 1, everything that you have come to know and love from Wake Up Call with Craig will be there. Joe and I will be dropping in, saying, basically, whenever he wants us, we'll drop in and help out. You know, if he doesn't, we'll have an even longer line. The final half hour, I know the boss is laughing at me now. The final half hour of that show will be a craft vault. So it will be Wake Up Call into craft vault. So that's Monday to Friday. Saturdays at 12 till 1:30 will be play your crafts right. Demos, fun, fast paced. And games as well. Your chance to win prizes on a Saturday morning with us, or Saturday afternoon, I should say, early afternoon. That's Play Your Crafts Right. And then on the Sunday, a brand new home for the softer side of life with Bernie. Again, lots of you were saying you wanted to see the Soft Craft show on a Sunday. So do you know what? We shifted it all around, and that is what we have done. That is the new lineup. Starts on Monday, and we think you're going to absolutely love it. We are really looking forward to bringing that to you. So that is the new schedule. Right, let us remind you of some other deals which we've got on the show. I say on the show, this one is right across until the end of the week. The Get It, Got It, Good deal. So this is your opportunity to grab hold of the tote bag here for $35.99 or $39.95. Bit of a crafter's companion staple, really, isn't it, for transporting all your stuff around. You get the bag, and then look at the freebies you're getting. Your Spectrum Noir metallic pencils, you're getting tacky glue, you're getting your die brush tool, and also you've got that craft knife with the swivel head and replacement blades. All of that is for free. You're not paying for it. It's just the bag you're paying for. But what a deal. And all of those goodies fit into your bag with room to spare. It certainly is a very, very good buy. And of course, if you're looking for ways to be able to transport all of your goodies to friends' houses when we can go round to friends' houses again, that is a perfect way to be able to do it. And you will know that having seen particularly Debbie Robinson's tote bag, they hold a lot and they are very, very sturdy indeed. Right, let's remind you of other goodies that we have got on the show. These stencils and stamps, yes, your background stencils and focal stamp collection. Seen some lovely demos on these already on the show with Craig. And actually, as I said, I love this collection simply for the fact that, you know what, if you are kind of brand new to crafting and you're wanting to get into it, you're not having to pay a fortune for it today, and stenciling is such a versatile and easy craft to get into. You get with this collection 56 elements. With each one you get your stencil and then those stamps to go with it as well. So this one here is your write your own story. Love the ink splats and the letters flying off the page there, and some lovely sentiments to go with that collection too. Then you've got the Make-A-Wish, which you saw just then on the previous demo with with Craig. Just breathe and make a wish and set it free are the little sentiments that you get there. Life is a journey. You've got your little map detailing on there. There's the map of the world. There's your little compass stamp and more beautiful sentiments to go with that too. This one here is It's Time. And again, with that, you've got all of the different clock faces. Love that one there. You see like the inner workings of the clock, sort of your Hessian backdrop there, and more stamp sentiments to go with that too. This one is your Back to Nature with the bark detailing, the gorgeous leaves and your stencil. And then Happy Birthday, Enjoy Your Day, and some more leafy stamps there too. Then you've got your Life Happens. If it's sort of masculine cards that you're trying to make, this would be absolutely perfect, of course, as well. Love the cog detailing on here, and you've got sentiments in this one, like life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. This one here is your Happiness Blooms with that gorgeous trellis detailing. Love the florals, thinking of you, and happiness blooms from within. Just one of the sentiments that you're going to get. And you've then got your music and lyrics. Gorgeous is this one. Music is what feelings sound like, and life is the music. So 56 elements in total, 35.64 or 45.64 is the deal on that one, saving 20.28 or 25.96 if you're shopping with us in the US. Couple of questions coming in. Terry Tom Anderson on Facebook. What is the craft along for Saturday? I haven't been able to find it. Now, I'd have to say off the top of my head, I don't know the answer to that. Is there a craft along this Saturday?
I don't know when the next one is.
Oh, it's the creator cards.
Right, if this is...
This Saturday.
So this is what, Wednesday?
Yeah.
So the details won't be out yet, probably tomorrow, a couple of days before. So
Okay.
I would have said probably tomorrow.
And Jennifer Dawn Smith on Facebook says, just one show on Saturday and Sunday, or is the one they are taking about just the first show on the weekend, but still MC and Craft Fest? Yeah. So basically, maybe I didn't explain it correctly. So 12 to 1:30 is the first show, Monday to, 7 days a week, but Monday to Friday, it's Wake Up Call with Craig and Craft Vault. That show on a Saturday becomes Play Your Crafts Right, and on a Sunday it becomes Softer Side of Life. These shows here always happen both days as well. So yes, for example, on a Saturday we'll still have the Craft House, of course, in there. You still have your master classes. On a Sunday, Second Chance Sunday, of course, in there as well. So all of your usual shows. It's still 3 shows a day every day. It's just that one, as I say, is Wake Up Call with Craig Monday to Friday, Play Your Crafts Right Saturday, Softer Side Sunday, and then all the other shows that you'd expect to see are in these 2 time slots there. Yeah, can you imagine one show on a Saturday and Sunday? That would be brilliant, wouldn't it? Eh? Easy day, come in and do a show, go home, thanks very much. No, they're still working us hard. Right, let us crack on. Are we going to do one more demo and then do the lineup of the cards after that? All right.
Absolutely.
So we're going to look at the stencils and stamps again, yep?
Great idea. Yeah, we're going to go for It's Time. So we're going to go for It's time to play the game, as Triple H would say.
He would say that, yes.
Bring in our watercolour card, 4.5 inches by 6.5 inches. And we have got Ocean Blue, Baby Blue and Smoke Plume for this one here. And I need to bring in my blending tool as well. So let's bring in our blending tool and a couple of pads. And then what I'm going to do to start with is I'm going to lay down the colour. We're going to lay down the light blue first. So we're going to do the baby blue. And because it's water reactive, I'm using my watercolour card. And we're going to start just to lay the colour down, start with by doing that base layer all the way round. Were you waiting to say something?
I wasn't. I was just waiting to see.
I thought you were waiting to say something.
No. I was just looking across at you, and then you sort of looked across at me, and we gazed lovingly at each other across the craft room.
Oh, that was yesterday. No, the day before, when Sarah had messaged me asking would I mind stepping in for her for Craft Vault last night.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's fine, no problem at all. I mean, it's Ben that's on, so absolutely no problem at all. And she messaged back going, oh, you've got a little bromance going on there, the pair of you, haven't you?
Is that what she said?
Yeah.
Bromance. Yeah, we get on all right. You know, not too bad.
You maybe wouldn't think so by like this show, but you know, we do. And any new viewers are going, oh, those two don't like each other, do they?
Was it on this show that someone said we're like the two naughty boys in the back of the car? Arguing away. That was the previous show. Oh, we've had 2 shows of it today then, Craig. 2 shows of the bickering.
Well,
Now
3
we get
including craft fault.
Eh?
3 including craft fault.
Were we bickering on craft fault as well, were we?
Oh, right, bickering as well. Yes,
Yeah.
that's what you meant together.
I think we were getting on all right first show of the day. And,
Yeah.
you know, tensions were sort of rising second show, and by this show, he puts his jam on his scones first. I mean, come on. How can you be friends with someone like that? They're all wrong. All wrong. And you probably say scone, don't you, as well?
Scone.
Oh, there you go.
Scone.
Scone, isn't it?
Scone.
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 I don't know what I say, actually.
I
Scone or
don't know. I
scone?
never actually think
Scone.
about what I'm saying. Scone.
It's like the whole bath thing.
Bath.
Bath or a bath.
Bath.
It depends who I'm with. Because I was born in Manchester, so I've got sort of like, I suppose, sort of northern roots, but then I've lived all my life down south. So, yeah, bath and bath. What do you say? Bath?
Bath.
Bath?
Bath.
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 Do you say laugh or laugh?
Laugh.
Laugh. What do you say, Johnny? Laugh. Yeah, so he says laugh and a bath. Yeah. That's really weird. I would have thought, yeah, I don't know why I would think because you're Scottish you'd say laugh.
Laugh.
Laugh and bath. A path or a path?
Path.
How weird. Aisha says, what about demo of the show nominees? Aisha, hang fire. It's coming up, definitely coming up. Caroline Hanley on Facebook saying, looking forward to this Friday. It's the new Precious Memories Larger Spines. Yes, that is on Friday. We were talking about this yesterday. I mean, so many launches this week. We've had the launch of the Pro, we've had the launch of the interchangeable sentiment, we've had the launch yesterday of the jigsaw dies, then the launch of the larger spines coming up as well. Marianne Groff on Facebook says, when is the HSN preview? I think that is tomorrow with Sarah and Joe. 7 till 11 UK time, 7 till 11. So HSN preview is tomorrow. There's loads of great shows coming up, and on the horizon, I think. Oh no, it's a little bit further away. I won't talk about that one yet. I won't talk about that. Shush, Ben. Shh. There's lots of good shows coming up, but yes, the HSN preview show is tomorrow night from 7 till 11, which means also tomorrow, because Joe is obviously going to be here later and working like a longer show, you'll get to see, I think, just for the second time, one of our new presenters. Now, does she like to be called Rebecca or Becky? I'm sure she said it depends. Well, Rebecca, I'll call her Rebecca. Becky, one of our new presenters, will be here for Craft Vault and then also launch day with Leanne. So, yes. You'll have to welcome her once again back into the family. If you've not seen her yet, she is brilliant actually. She's a lot of fun. I was here the day that she pitched up for the first time and got to meet her briefly, and she is lovely. So if you haven't seen her yet, you will enjoy the shows with her, I'm sure, tomorrow. And then Joe takes over for the afternoon and into the HSN preview. Oh, he's got cartload, and then the HSN preview show. Wow, he has got a busy day, busy day tomorrow. Right, here we go. Which set is this that you're using again from the Stencils? Is this the time?
Triple H set.
Time to play the game?
Yeah. Oh, I've just used the wrong colour. Sugar. Oh well.
You're all right over there.
Yeah, sorry, I'm speaking to myself.
Yeah.
Could have been worse. I usually say someone else when I've done something wrong. But I'm speaking to myself.
Oh, I
Here we
can't
go.
imagine you saying anything like that when you're
Just
crafting
to
along.
say, Ben, in case anyone is asking, when I've been doing some inking throughout the show, why am I putting a bit of cardstock under my fingers?
Well, is it to stop getting your inky fingers on the bits you've already inked?
Yeah. It's just, you know, if you've got any oils of that from your finger, because it's water reactive, what's going to happen is the oils or anything from your fingers, you're going to get the fingerprints on. So you don't want to see that onto your cardstock. So I just add a little bit of scrap cardstock just to hold it down, and then therefore it's going to stop that from happening.
I love how you're getting like the different layers of the stencil in there
Yeah.
as well, like bringing some of it to the fore and then having like some of it in the background.
But even as I've gone on with one layer there, now you could be using your temporary spray, but I've gone in with the midnight, and now I'm going to go into the midnight again, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go a little bit more heavy-handed, and it goes to show, even though we've used that one colour, look at that. So we've used, that's both of that is the midnight, but just by going a little bit more heavy-handed, we get that real, you know, that breakup of layers.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do...
Fun craft, isn't it, stenciling? And I know I sound like a broken record here, but it's such an accessible thing to do, isn't it? For someone who wants to get into craft, you want something which is going to, you know, allow them to create some amazing projects quite quickly.
Absolutely.
Stenciling is really great for doing that.
It is, really is.
And I like, again here, you know, this particular background that you're seeing, it's not one of those crafts, again, where you have to sort of, you know, measure and be precise with stuff. You can be kind of as random as you want to be, really.
And if I hadn't have said, oh, I've used the wrong colour, you wouldn't know.
No.
You know, we'd have easily have gotten away with that one. Too honest for my own good sometimes. But stamping that one in, and then what we've done is I've just popped that onto a bit of black card, and then we can add this to a 5x7 card blank. And then what we can do is we bring that one into play, pop this one in, and even with that style going all the way around, it's I say pulling your eye in every now and again, but this really is, it pulls your eye in. We're kind of framing it all the way around. We've got the different depths and layers, so you're seeing all the way in. It's like you're travelling into the image with the time clocks that you can see. So let's just press that down a little bit more heavy-handed. Then what I've got is these sentiments that also come in with that stencil set, and we are going to be using the tape runner, but I am still also going to use tacky glue. For the same reason as our foam pads, this is still open, tacky.
Yeah.
So what we're then going to do is if we use our tacky glue, so if we bring this one in, so the actual tape from the tape runner is going to grip it and hold it, and then what will happen is the glue will dry into all the layers and make it permanent.
Fantastic. And that will be, how many demos have you done this show? 5 again? 3, 4, 5?
Something like that, isn't it? Yeah.
Demo king today. Seriously. Loads of demos. Lots of love coming in for this one as well. Susan saying just loving the blue layers. So pretty. It is a really, really nice card, that, and great. Like Craig was showing you, how you can create the different depth of dimension with the stencils, just depending on how much you apply and sort of how heavy-handed you are with your inks.
Here we go.
Gorgeous.
Popping those sentiments off the page, you could see, but you could then come along, you could maybe then ink round the sentiments if you want to. It's up to yourself, but you can have a lot of fun when it comes to inking in the stencils.
I tell you what, let us get you, if we can, to line up all of your makes from this show, and then we will get everyone to place their votes, because we've only got 8 minutes of the show remaining. This show has absolutely flown by. Cool, blimey, yeah, I remember these cards. These cards, it seemed like...
Ages ago.
Yeah, ages ago. It was 4 in the end, was it, or was it 5? No, it was 5. All right, take us through these then, Craig. So number 1... from the Best of British.
Number 1, Best of British. Number 2, which is our stamp and stencils. Number 3 is our Best of British, again on this one here. So then that one's number 3. Then we're going on to number 4, which is our stamp and stencils again, where we've done some heat embossing using the opaque pigment ink pads. And then last but not least, gone back to a blue. So we've gone to number 5, which is using the stamps and stencils on this one here.
What's your favourite?
I'm actually going to go for the last one because I like how it really draws the eye in.
It's 2 or 5 for me, I think. Charlotte? 5. Johnny? 1. All right, we've got a bit of a spread then. You let us know, please, on the socials, Facebook and YouTube, within the next couple of minutes as to what your favourite is. And we will crown the winner in just a mo. There's just enough time left for me to take you through this collection once again, your Best of British collection. It is a stunner. I'm so pleased that it's back in stock, because as I said, it sold out when we launched it, and finally, we have got this collection back in full. So let me take you through it once again. You've got your stamp and die set. So basically, Best of British bringing you what we Brits do well, and we beach well. We love going to the beach, and this set is just so brilliant because you've got your beach huts in there, you've got your deck chairs, you've got your postcards from the beach, you've got your ice creams, your bucket and spade, even got some clouds in the sky as well. And with each of the stamps, you've got your beautiful dies to go with those too, so you can simply cut out your images and away you go. Next up is the city scenes. Again, how phenomenal is this? Kind of encapsulating London in one stamp and die set. You've got your taxis in there, the Queen's Crown is there, the double-decker bus, your Union Jack. There's your post box, your telephone box, and some great little sentiments there too. And of course, all of the dies to be able to cut out those stamps. Love that London skyline as well, which is just phenomenal. This one here is your high tea. So a lovely demo with that, didn't we, with Craig a little bit earlier on, creating his own little cake stand. But you've got your cucumber sandwiches in there. You've got your little bottle of fizz in there. You've got your Victoria sponge, teapots and teacups and saucers. Really, really lovely. Again, all of your stamps and dies included with that too. And then your final stamp and die set is this one here, which is your rose garden. Because we love to potter in our gardens. You've got your little gate there, you've got your trellis, you've got your Wellington boots and your watering can, and of course all the stamps and dies to be able to go with that. Then your embossing folders. So again, these are great because they match up, of course, with your stamp and die sets. This one is your Best of British with those glorious beach huts. Then we have got your postcard. Really love that. Next is your picket fence. And then you've got that skyline of London too. And that is not all for £65 or $78, because we are also going to give you your paper pad as well. 48 sheets, 12 by 12, 180 GSM, and you'll see it double-sided as well, which is absolutely gorgeous. On the sort of front cover, you've got sentiments, you've got patterns, but then on the reverse, you've got some glorious, almost like watercolours, I suppose. But take a look through here. Some really, really wonderful designs, which of course, again, match up with all of the dies and stamps that you've got. 48 sheets, 180 GSM. And again, that comes with this collection for £65 or $78. Take off 20% off that, of course, as well. If you're a platinum member, £52 or $62.40. Quick look at the discovery kits, which are back in stock as well. We've got the full range, I think, pretty much here, and you've got them with 10% off. So that is the illustration kit for the art enthusiast. Then we've got the watercolour if you're wanting to get into that side of things. Then you've got your manga, maybe the kids are getting into their comic drawing, that's there as well for the comic art fan. If you're into your concept design, then you've got the kit for that. If you want to get into your colouring, again, another collection just there. Baz Fennell's Blended Mandalas collection is there for the mindful colorist. And then if lettering is what you want to get into, you have your modern calligraphy set as well. All those are $10.79, saving 10%, or $14.35. We do have a winner for the demo of the show. And the winner is... He's just lining them up. Quickly. Number 5.
Hey!
That was your favourite, wasn't it?
That was.
Yep.
And Charlotte's.
And Johnny's, I want to
Johnny's
say.
was 1.
Oh, you said 1. I had 2 and 5. But well done. There's some lovely cards there, and that one will go onto our Crafty Walk of Fame. Right. Thank you to Craig. When are you back then, mister?
Whoa, not for a long time yet, so I'm going to be back tomorrow morning. Wake up call with Craig, 9 AM here in the UK, 4 AM Eastern Time, 1 AM Pacific Time, and we are, what is tomorrow? Thursday. Thursday. So I'm in Wake Up Call and then Craft Vault, and then that will be me for the day. Well, so far, you know how things happen.
Oh yeah, you never know.
Never know.
He'll get called in and then he'll be here for the rest of the day.
Yeah, who knows.
Make sure you check out your carts, check out your baskets, whether it is the Best of British collection or whether you've gone for any other goodies on the show. It has been a very, very busy show, so make sure you grab whatever it is you want. And of course, I will be back with you for the final hour of today with our Craft Vault. The Craft Vault deals, now let me just tell you, it's really, really simple on the Craft Vault today actually, because normally you might be thinking, oh, what deal is it? How does it all work? How much money do I need? I'll tell you, if you've got £20 or $30, you will know exactly where you stand with Craft Vault today, because all of the deals that we've got on the show are that £20 or $30, which means if you're a Platinum member, £16 or $24. What I don't know, which is what I'm going to go and find out in just a few moments' time, is whether or not we have all the stock of all of the goodies that we had from the previous show still in this one, because it was very busy earlier on. So if there was something that you had your eye on and you're thinking to yourself, oh, I wonder if it's still there, I would go between now and 7 o'clock tonight and maybe grab it before it disappears, because I expect it to be busy. And also in this show, going to be joined by the lovely Hilary, who you may well have seen a couple of times on Craig's Wake Up Call. She will be here with me, making her, I suppose, her debut, her big screen debut on Craft Vault. So very much looking forward to that. I'll be back. Producer Johnny will be back. Charlotte will be back. He's going home. Thanks, Craig.
Thank you.
Always brilliant. And
Always.
I will see you in an hour's time.
Bye.
Bye for now.